Hey, Shalom. First, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Bahashim Kakadash, Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. I want to give double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone, who has taught me this truth. I want to give a peace and blessings to the I came across the four corners of the earth, who teaches truth from rich life to do so. It's going to be a quick video. Loading the video is edifying. Loading I can get some in front of this video. Quick hit, man, in Proverbs. Couple things that well, I highlighted almost the whole chapter, which I encourage Akim to read. Sirach, read the book of Proverbs, read these different books that give wisdom. The Bible gives wisdom, but these are two books I go to because they help you. I always say this: they help you along your walk. They give you jewels, right? Like how they say in the world, they give you jewels on your walk. Okay, they give you jewels. You have to apply them. It's one thing to read them, right? It's one thing to read, and it's one thing to comprehend, right? And then it's one thing to apply what you just comprehended, okay? Which is a huge thing. It's steps to reading, man. Okay, you got those who just read, sound good, sound elegant, right? But they don't understand what the hell they just read, right? You got those which I used to be that type of person, right? But I'll always go back and try to read and reread or ask questions to get some understanding, right? Because I'll catch myself skimming through, paragraphs, even in school, back when I was in school, skimming through paragraphs and not understanding what the hell I just read. So you got to go back, right? And then, like the elders say, you apply breaking down words, right? Going to different words, getting a definition for the word. For the words, okay? Once you get the definition for the words, right, then you're able to understand what's going on, what's really truly being said, right? That's why the blue letter is an important thing to get, right? If you see in my videos, sometimes I bounce back from the Bible app to the blue letter, okay? Right, that'll help you comprehend what you're reading, because just like it says in the prologue, in Sirach, it tells you that things that's translated, sometimes doesn't mean the same. It's mean the same thing. Some things get lost in translation, basically. So you got to go back to, right, the different true meanings of words, because English is a bastard language. It pulls from different languages, okay? The Bible was written in Hebrew and Greek. Old Testament in Hebrew, New Testament in Greek. Right, the blue letter goes out too. You got to be able to pick the bones out, right? But that's why you have guidance through Akim, okay? Got to be able to pick the bones out, but you're able to get some definitions of different words that'll help you understand what you just read, right? Then you have those. Then that leads you into comprehension, right? You comprehended what you just read. I understood what I just read. I fully understand what I just read. And then you have applying what you just read, okay? You have applying what you just read, right? You got to apply it, right? You got to apply it. You got people that read self-help books on different things as far as worldly wisdom, right? And they're good at reading it. They're good at understanding it, comprehending it, and can tell somebody else, but they're not good at applying it, right? And this is something that I had to work on, that I continue to work on every day, right? This is something that I encourage brothers to work on, that need work on it. But like Apostle Gabar said, when you're doing videos, you're doing it for yourself first. And then whoever else watch it, whenever they watch it, they can be taught as well, okay? This is Proverbs 7. And I saw that one. It says, "My son, keep my words and lay up my commandments with thee. Keep my commandments and live. And my law as the apple of thine eye." Okay. It says, bind them upon thy fingers, write them upon the table of thine heart. Right? Which your heart, right, goes into your mind. Okay. Get it in your mind. Get the law, statutes, commandments, which is a byproduct, which wisdom is the byproduct of that. Right? And apply it to your mental, because, and what I mean by byproduct is that the law is not going to have you indulging in a certain. It's going to allow you to know right from wrong, which by default, right, can be counted as wisdom. Okay. It says, "Say unto wisdom, thou art my sister, and call understanding my kinswoman." Okay. That's how close I got to be to you. Okay. That they may keep thee from the strange woman, from the stranger which flattereth with her words. Okay. Now, these different women are philosophies, right? That's what it is. Different philosophies, right? Now, when you read sometimes about the woman, it can be twofold, right? And when you read about harlots, I mean, when you hear about harlots in the scriptures, they apply to harlots to this day. The things that the scriptures is talking about as far as these other philosophies of being harlots, it likens them unto harlots today, right? As when we get down in Proverbs 7, you're going to see. Okay? It says, "For at the window of my house I looked through my casement, and beheld among the simple ones, I discerned among the youths a young man void of understanding." So it was a man, lack of understanding, no wisdom. Okay? Passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house. Right? So he ain't got caught up in this net of these other philosophies. But you see how it's likened it unto a harlot, because this is what harlots really do. Okay? It says, passing through the street near her corner, and he went the way to her house in the twilight, in the evening, in the black and dark night. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot, subtle of heart. So these other philosophies, right? They sound good, right? To a man that don't have understanding. You got to think, man. I said this in the last video. Before I became illuminated, it was other things. I was looking for who I was and who my people was, right? And it's a couple things I stumbled upon before I found the truth. Okay? Right? Now, those other things I stumbled upon, why do you think I stumbled upon them? Because they were intriguing, right? They made sense to a person that didn't have any understanding, right? But once you get understanding, you see and view those things as foolishness. That's bullshit. Now I can go back and laugh at that shit. Man, that's bullshit. Because now I have understanding. I'm illuminated. I understand the truth. I have the truth. Okay? I have the truth. Okay? It says, and behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot and subtle of heart. And you got to think what the attire of a harlot is. She probably got a breast out, right? Go to your local gym, and you'll see the attire of a harlot. Okay, go to your where people gather, right? If you go, if you walk by clubs, if you anywhere where harlots be at, imagine that attire, right? Ass out, titties out, right? Probably got the makeup on, the lips all looking wet, right? Hair, right? Hair down or whatever, man. So she can entice you with her looks, right? Because they say what? Men fall in love with what they see. Women fall in love with what they hear. Okay? So, let's continue. It says, she is loud and stubborn. Her feet abide not in her house. That a harlot's feet does not abide in her house. That's why scripture say what? Right? It talks about the woman gathering abroad. Okay? A harlot her feet don't, always in the streets. Always. Okay, it says, now is she without, now in the streets, and lieth in wait at every corner. Where do hoes dwell at? On the corner. Now, back in the day, Then they really was on the corner. Now it's, these hoes is, man, you can find a hoe at the fucking grocery store. You know what I mean? Like a pure hoe at the It says, but you see how I was likening it into a harlot, right? Because these other philosophies, it sound good, it look good, it must be good. It's not the case. It's not the case. Okay? It says, so she caught him and kissed him, and with an impudent face said unto him, I have peace offerings with me. This day have I paid my vows. Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I have found thee. Right? Flattering with the lips. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry, and carved works with fine linen of Egypt. I have perfumed my bed with myrrh, aloes, and cinnamon. Now, what do you think she's saying? Come lay down with me. Let's go. Get it on. These are the philosophies. Give me your time. Believe in me. Right? Pray to me. Serve me. Okay? Right? May sound good. May sound enticing. Okay? Come, let us take our fill of love until the morning. Let us solace ourselves with loves. For the goodman is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. So the good man is not at home. He is going on a long journey. So what? Harlot. Adultery, right? He had taken a bag of money with him and will come home at the day appointed. With her much fair speech, she caused him to yield. With the flattering of her lips, she forced him. Right? Enticed him. Right? But not just with her lips, with how she looked, how she appeared. Right? Not just with what they're saying, but what they're saying they could do for you. If you apply it, what could it do for you? It could get you riches. It could get you this. It could get you that. It could, right? It says, 22, he goeth after her straightway as an ox goeth to the slaughter. Right? So he's going straightway as an ox go right to the slaughter, right? Or as a fool to the correction of the stocks. Okay? It says, till a dart strike through his liver, as a bird hasteth to the snare, and knoweth not that it is for his life. Hearken unto and what can a harlot be represented as well? America, the philosophies of America, right? It's the way that America lives, what it promotes, what it tells you to do, how it tells you to do it, right? It's enticing because what you see people, oh man, they got this, they got that, they get this, they got that, right? But what did they do to get it? Okay. It says till a dart strike, my bad, this is 24. So like it says, hearken unto me now therefore, O ye children, and attend to the words of my mouth. Let not thine heart decline to her ways, go not astray in her paths. For she hath cast down many wounded, many strong men have been slain by her, right? So many strong men have been slain by her, and that's really an account that actually happened in the scriptures. If you read Samson and Delilah, right? Look what she did, that harlot, which I believe she was a Hamite, if I'm not mistaken, right? Enticed them. Start pillow talking. So, and he told her the secret about his strength. And what happened? What happened? Right? He fell. And man, as I get older, right, you start to realize certain things like man, this you start realizing a lot of things. Like, man, it's like I was thinking for the last 2 days, man, that a lot of men, I was thinking about that very scripture, right? A lot of men give their ways unto women and then end up miserable. And because what happens? Eventually that woman takes power over you, but once you come to your senses 20 years from now, 25 years, or from then, 30 years from then or whatever, because if you look at a lot of older men now, if you just observe and watch older men, a lot of them is miserable. But what were these older men doing when they first met this woman that they've been with for 20 years, 25 years, right? How much men has accepted their woman back after she committed adultery, right? How much men have been subject to nothing, have fucked up their potential behind a woman. It says, in all because of what? All because of what, man? What's in between her legs, how she look, right? Other men commenting on your, oh man, he got a beautiful woman, man. His woman, oh, he's living a life. His woman look good, his this and his that, but he don't know what's actually going on behind closed doors. Is your woman even your woman? Right? Because a lot of dudes got so-called pretty women to them. But if she pretty to you and every other man thinks she pretty, how much shit do you got to put up with her being prideful mentally? No. How much shit are you putting up with her being prideful mentally? Right? And how much dudes is you sharing your woman with? See, you're claiming it. That's your woman. Right? I've seen it. Oh, my woman look good, but yeah. Your woman, yeah, whatever. All right? Whatever. But how much other dudes is you sharing her with? That you know deep down inside, man, I know it's another dude in that phone. I know when she goes to the gym is this. I know it's dudes in her DMs. I know she's entertaining. Because these women don't fear the Lord, man. Most of them. Right? They don't give a fuck. Come on, man. Right? You know, versus a good woman. Right? Which a good woman is better than rubies. Better than gold. She's actually your woman. She's actually your woman. Right? It's like an extension. It's like a real partner, right? Somebody on your team. A lot of dudes can't say that, though. Okay? It says, let not thine heart or thy mind decline to her ways. Go not astray in her paths. For she hath cast down many wounded. Yet many strong men have been slain by her. Her house is the way to hell, going down to the chambers of death. So these other philosophies are a way to hell, to death, to destruction. Okay? Right? But notice how it's likened unto a harlot. Because a harlot can take your crown. A harlot, right, could cause a strong man to become subject to her. And what she's going to do is drag you through the mud. That's why, right? And it's beautiful that the scriptures liken it because it put it to where you can understand, right? Or those in the know can understand. You know? That's why when when a man is subject to a woman, she wants a man that's not subject to her. She swallows you up, chews you out, and go look for her neck. Chews you, spit you out, shit you out, then go look for her neck. Go look for her next victim. Right? That's real. That's what harlots do. Right? That's why you got to keep even your woman, man, at a distance. You still gotta be in the house. You still gotta, but don't let her get too familiar with you. Always remain a mystery is what I should say. You know, because if she become too familiar with you, she starts to become disrespectful. Okay? And that's whether your woman is a so-called good woman or a bad woman, right? It's wisdom, man. Keep thy mouth from her that lieth in thy bosom. Okay? Now, get in her head, coach her on the things that you want, groom her to your liking with righteousness, right? But not everything is meant for her. Okay? So with that, man, Lord, when the video is edifying, Lord, I can got something from this video. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakakadash. Tell you brothers to keep pushing on to the next. Shalom.